Alright, back in the garage. It's time to attack this thing again. Gotta jack the back up, get the shock droppers, whatever you want to call them. They lower the shock points on, bolted, brakes, and close this gap. What I mean by close it is it's small at the bottom, big at the top. Gotta close it. So up, loosen the bed, shocks on, and brakes, and then we're basically done with the rear. Once this is done, we're going to move on to fixing up the old crusty nasty dash. What I'm going to do is I'm going to completely pull it, grind all these out, fill the speaker hole, fill all the cracks, and retexture it with bed liner like everybody else does, and try to find this blue colored paint and repaint it. Then it should look real nice and clean. After that's done, put the windshield in, then work on the back window, door panel. This is all quick stuff, really. Last thing I need to do is I need to tap in another, vacuum for my fuel pressure and my PCV valve. Make my fuel lines. While the dash is out, I'm going to bolt up my LS ECM over there, the stock one. And I'll have to have it tuned before then, just to 373 for now. And that's and speed density. Then this thing should literally be able to hook up the last couple of wires and this baby should fire. Another thing I have to do, just reminded me, I need to bend my throttle pedal down there, the top of it, because right now, press the gas, I might get quarter throttle, if that. So, nail this out first. Alright, so I have just found something I don't like, and I don't know the reason for it yet, but I think I have a good clue. So, this side is further forward than the other side by almost an inch. Now, here is the thing. One, these brackets right here, the U-bolt, which are on the other rear end welded already, have a good quarter inch of play. Focus. Quarter inch of play on them. Now, I don't know if that's going to really make that big of a difference, but it could. Which means I could push that side forward and this side back, which could possibly equal it out. Now, that's not a guaranteed inch, but it definitely is further back on that side than it is this side. I'll have to figure that out. And what makes it worse, actually, is the bed on that side is a little further back than the bed on this side. Now, as far as I can tell by looking at the frame, this truck isn't bent or anything like that, so there's no reason to think that. It's not a long bed that's been converted because the frame isn't cut and welded anywhere. If it is, they did such a good job, I can't tell. But it could be many things. It could be the hangers. It could be the jack stands right now because, I'm on a gravel floor. It could be off, throwing it off a little bit. But I don't know yet. But I'm going to have to figure it out because I don't like it. That could be all in the alignment. When I get the alignment done, the alignment shop can actually fix that, hopefully. And if they can't fix it, what I'll have to do is actually have to friggin' figure out my track, or not my track, but my wheelbase, what it's supposed to be, and actually pull that rear end up, grind out this hole backwards further to move the rear end forward if it's an alignment issue. But I've got the leaf spring, or not the leaf spring, but the shock drop or shock relocation mounts ready to bolt on. That's the whole kit is the mounts and your bolts. They do not come with your shock bolts, so keep those. And I'm going to try to get some action play on it. But it's pretty warm out here. I thought it was cooling down. I'm going to push all this under there, put the camera up, put the light up, and get to it. Alright, so I had the body jacked up to put the shocks on. Got the shocks on. As you can see right there, let the body down, it bottomed out. So the extenders, I don't know if you can see them under there, on the shocks, are supposed to make it to where you can run stock shocks on your rear. I can't, it bottomed out. I think that was only with a flip kit, not with flip and shackles. So I'm gonna have to get smaller shocks, which I think I can just look it up and find shocks that are shorter overall, and that would just fix the problem. If I had them, I don't know, 3 inches shorter, that would give them plenty of stroke. But I don't know yet. I'm gonna fix the brakes tomorrow because I'm wore out from pushing them shocks up. And then I'm gonna put it back on the ground and see if, because last time I put it on the ground, it sat up higher than when it was jacked up. For some reason, I don't know why it's doing that, but we'll check it out tomorrow. Alright, the brake line's done. Now it's time to loosen all 8 of these. So, no, maybe 6, yeah. I don't want to loosen the 2 very front because I'm going to try to raise the rear of the bed to straighten out the body lines. But brake line was simple. This is pretty simple. I got a giant bag full of washers, and those will be my spacers. So break all these loose, but don't pull the bolt all the way out, because there's no way to get to them. So yeah, just gonna loosen the nuts, try to see if I can't push it up or jack it up to the point where I think it's good, and then put enough washers in it, put it down, fix the body line. Now that's a little bit more like it. However, I can't get the body line to come down. See, in the video it looks good. To my eye it don't. But it could be because this is... it sounds like it's got some filler in there, so that corner could be gone and it's not done right. So that could be one thing. This back body bushing could be blown out, so it's not up to where it needs to be. Let me see if I can. See, on the camera it looks perfect, but to my eye it's not. This is now 1.25 inches all the way. Unfortunately, the carriage bolts that go in there are only 4 inches long. So I'm going to have to get longer ones by about 2 inches. And the reason I say that is, 1, to have more than I need, and 2, I've got it raised almost 1 inch in the back. And it looked like it really needed it. See, there you can see that it's off. And I just grabbed my pants. Not really, but yeah. But when you look at it dead on with the camera, what? It don't look it. Okay, optical illusion, but I gotta measure up the other side now, and then I'll have to stop until tomorrow and go get some carriage bolts. Sucks. Always like that, but it looks like I've shimmed this side about 7 or 8 washers, which is a lot. I don't know why. I have no clue why. I've looked down the frame. The frame's not bent. It's not been cut or welded or anything that I can tell. Now, where the gas tank bolts on, it looks like a plate's been welded there, but it looks like it's the plate for the fuel tank. It's on both sides, but this has dual tanks. Well, it had dual tanks at some point in its life. but there's no holes drilled to the other side for the dual tank. So I don't know. This side actually looks pretty good. Now you see this side looks like it's low. Like it needs... That's why it's high on the other side. Okay. This side is low because it's got to get a washer on this side to push it that way. Got it now. Okay. Yes. Alright. So, carriage bolts and the bed will be done. You put it on the ground. Wow, from here it looks really wonky. Wow. Yeah. We'll have to just figure out how to get it all level and straight. But I'm trying to level it off the body, so by the time I'm done it could be really, really far out of whack. If it, this is the only way I can do it, so we'll see how it comes out. Alright, I've decided to take a little break from working on the suspension and the body lines. Well, basically because I got aggravated, I actually had shimmed this side up to drop this side down. Well, when you put it on the ground versus up in the air, this side didn't need to go up very high, and this side needed to go down a little. After I did it, put the truck all the way back on the ground. That side's way high, this side's low now. So, just got aggravated with it. It was hot. Just like, I'll give it a break for a while. So, now I'm working on my dash pad. Well, it's my dashboard. I call it a dash pad because Caprice, these come off and they're just called a dash pad. But, as you can see, crack back here, crack, a speaker hole that doesn't even, it's not even hooked up. There is speakers in the truck, but they're in the door, so gotta fix that. And there was another crack, yeah, right here, a hairline fracture. So, what I think I'm gonna do, not right now, but here in a minute, is I'm gonna remove all of this speaker grill that's falling apart. I'm gonna cut it out, grind it flat a little bit there. Gotta grind all these out with the Dremel. And we'll do the body work to this. And hopefully be able to find this same color. Hopefully. The original speaker was in here in the center, but considering I have door speakers, I just chucked it. No need for that. There's my antenna, which goes up my glass. Yeah, there's like dash lights and stuff from things. Look at that. But anyway, man, hold on a second. My camera's like nasty. Alright, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a spot to mount my LS computer, which I'd like to mount it to this dash somewhere, probably like right in here would be a good spot, and behind it. And considering like it don't actually touch this all the way, I can probably use these spots, and I can put some small bolts in here to hold it. And it would be pretty easily accessible once you drop out the glove box. Yeah, and I got a ton of wires. This was to the door switch that was gone, so I need to just put that somewhere else. The speaker wire they ran for all the different speakers is just hanging loose. The blue I put in because what was ran through there was literally, I think it was 24 gauge speaker wire with the, you know, the coating, and now I've got 16 gauge ran through there just to make sure the sound quality stays good. All of the LS stuff needs to get bundled up. I need to make some sort of bracket to hold it all back in here. But more importantly, I'm going to need to make somewhere for my fuse block to sit. And what I was thinking was the glove box, but now I realize that it's plastic. So, Jesus, Jesse. You know, that would be cool to gut this and put the fuse panel in there. Oh my god, it would work. This might be a plan. Does that come out all the way? Oh my god, it's already out basically. So I could just ditch this nasty ashtray. I ain't a smoker, so I don't do that. I used to paint them white in all my vehicles so that way nobody'd smoke in them. Which nobody did because I knew I was crazy about it. So yeah, that might be a good spot for the relays and everything to come through. And that would be awesome for, you know, hey, something's not running. Pop, fuse blown, you know, easy peasy. But for now, gotta figure out where everything's gotta go. What's this? OBD2 port. That can go under here somewhere. This is all my gauges, which I got new digital gauges, and this is my ground, which will be easy to find a place for considering it's a steel dashboard. Man, that sunlight's really jacking up my camera. But yeah, I'm gonna get the ECM out of the box because the guy I got the motor from, they had misplaced it and he bought me a new one. So awesome of him. That's good business. Let's try to get it mounted up in here.